Do car waxes protect against scratches? This question is asked very, very often. And in this video, I would like to start a small experiment with you, find out exactly that. I have a paint panel here that I have already prepared accordingly, polished it completely so that we have as scratch-free a surface as possible. And then I applied 3 different waxes that are relatively well known, which also differ in their ingredients. 2001, namely the Soft99 Fusso coat, which is a completely synthetic and very durable wax. Once the Swissvax shield, a very expensive, also very well known, but supposedly very durable wax. And then thirdly, the Infinity Wax SuperGloss Plus, a wax from England, also a hybrid wax with ceramic components, which is relatively durable in my view, but not as well known. I have applied these 3 waxes here. We'll now be able to observe the entire polishing action and the application of the waxes in time lapse. In the next phase of our process, we are going to initiate the testing procedure. This step is crucial as it allows us to evaluate the functionality and effectiveness of the system we have developed. By conducting this test, we aim to identify any potential issues or areas for improvement. It is an opportunity to ensure that everything operates smoothly and meets the required standards. The test will involve a series of trials and assessments, each designed to challenge different aspects of the system. We will carefully monitor the outcomes and gather data to analyze the performance. This thorough examination is essential for validating our work and ensuring that the final product is reliable and efficient. Through this testing phase, we can make informed decisions about any necessary adjustments or enhancements. Ultimately, this process is about ensuring quality and achieving the best possible results. So let's proceed with this test and see how it performs in real-world scenarios. What I have here is car shampoo, a very simple, pure, pH neutral one without additives. A microfiber wash mitt, specifically used one. I had already used it for a wash of the entire car, and I deliberately did not rinse it out because I want to simulate what happens when things are not done perfectly. That means if there is a bit of dirt either on the paint or in the mitt, because with an absolutely clean, fresh, new microfiber wash mitt, we would probably create so few or no scratches at all that this experiment would make no sense. That's why we simply accelerate the process. I have the dirty glove, and I also have dirty water that I collected, so we can additionally simulate what happens when the surface is really very dirty. Long story short, we start with this test. So one thing we can see very clearly in this light, that all 3 of these waxes can refresh the color. More importantly, we quickly look at the condition of the paint and see that we have a few very, very light scratches, but mostly circular. That means if I wash over it now and make sure to go over in straight lines, we should be able to see the scratches relatively clearly. All right, we start with the gentlest method, microfiber wash mitt and car shampoo. I'm putting a bit of car shampoo in here directly this time, and then we wash over it, as you can see, in straight lines. This means that if we cause scratches here, we should be able to see them later in straight lines as well. Look, cardboard base, which means I won't come into contact with the grid on the left and right where there might be dirt, which could somehow affect our result. What I can tell you now is that I noticed no difference in the glide film created by the mitt and the shampoo between the grown and the ungrown area. So I can deny that. Okay, I think that's enough, and then let's rinse it off. So we already have a very striking result, namely, the initial hydrophobicity of Swissvax was massively damaged by this one simple wash. The color refreshment is still visibly present. The fuzz coat was also damaged. The Infinity Wax is still fully intact. I find that very, very, very interesting. But It's not what it's about. Let's quickly let the water drain completely so that it doesn't obstruct our view of the scratches, if we have any. So yes, literally take a look at this. Now the difference between the top and bottom is important. So I think we have exactly the same number of scratches on the top and bottom of the fuzz coat. Up here in the mountains, Swissvax, a renowned brand known for its quality, has the same number of products available, also about the same number of items both up and down the range. So what does that mean in terms of availability and variety? Even with a simple wash mitt, with a, let's say, not so clever wash, because I went over it with the wash mitt multiple times, applying considerable pressure. That means, even with a good 1,000 good microfiber wash mitt, even with a good car shampoo, if you wash incorrectly by rubbing back and forth like a madman, we already create slight scratches, and the wax does not prevent that. Now let's see if it gets worse when we have dirt on the surface here because it was clean. For that, I have prepared a toxic mixture here. This is leftover water, or the water from a bucket 2001, which was left over from the wheel wash. That means these are contaminants that are on your car. So, what an ugly mess, I think. That means put a little car shampoo back into the bucket, into the glove, not into the bucket, and then we repeat the whole thing 2001. Now we have quite a bit of dirt on the surface here. Let's turn the glove because you would do that too. Good. And then we rinse it off again. So still, the Infinity Wax is an astonishingly surprising and fascinatingly resilient product, because with the other two, well, it doesn't look good anymore. We let the water drain completely and thoroughly nicely again. And then we'll take another very careful and detailed look. So we definitely have more scratches now. But here again, at the top and bottom, the same number of Swissvax. Let's change the camera angle here. Yes, that's better. I would even honestly say it looks worse on the area where the wax is applied. And then here. With the Infinity Wax, I think it's better for you. Equally bad. Exactly equally bad. So no, up to this point, none of the waxes could avoid scratches. That means now one last option, the worst option. Namely, the good old wash brush here from the self-service box. I will use it here without adding foam. But I am just fair, and will add a little car shampoo here. Maybe that will help. Wow, I can tell you you can already feel what is happening here. But all in the name of science and for you. So guys, really crazy. The Infinity Wax is still there. Phew. Very, very nice wax. But we have also seen in individual videos that it really, really works well. And now we are slowly seeing the flow effect that we had at the beginning of the polish that is now gone. Because here the water has nicely beaded up and flowed off the plate. We no longer have that because we have damaged the surface accordingly. So, oh yes, indeed. So you see terrible scratches, identical at the top and bottom with the fuzz coat. With the Swissvax, identical and terrible at the top and bottom. And with the Infinity Wax, it has to be just as bad. But the nice thing is, look at the color refreshment of the wax. It is still present. So you can't even say that it was removed by these washes. They are still clearly there, but they are not protected from scratches. So I believe we really don't need to say much more about it. It is absolutely clear that waxes do not protect in any way against scratches, no matter what tools or means we use on them. Waxes simply cannot do that. If this test was exciting and informative for you, please give us a thumbs up, support the channel with a free subscription, and tune in for the next video. Chavos.